Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eva, and in today's video I am so excited to be planting peas to be harvested in the fall. If you guys remember a few videos ago, my peas, the ones that had just started to flower, got completely destroyed by the gophers, and I was really disappointed because I had so many peas and I had such high expectations because they were looking so good and there were more peas than I've ever planted before. So I was so excited to have peas, and then they got completely destroyed. So I'm excited to be planting them again a second time around, and hopefully this time around we will have some peas and we will harvest peas. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is I'm having a little bit of issues with the potatoes. You guys will see what I'm talking about when we get there, but I'm having some issues with worms, and I'm not sure what kind of worms they are. They're eating the leaves, and the leaves they don't look as good as they did in my previous videos. You guys will notice the difference between the greenness, I guess, of the leaves before and now. They're still growing strong and they still look pretty good, but they just don't look as good. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you is just to kind of give you a brief, overview of everything. I'll just kind of real quick, because I know my videos sometimes can be long. I'll just go around and I'll show you everything. Everything is looking good except for the potatoes and the collard greens, worms, I'm not sure, caterpillars, I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this is the potato plant, one of them, the one that's in the bucket. As you can see, the leaves are just kind of, I'm not sure what's going on. The tips are just kind of like dying, and then there's a lot of holes from, I'm guessing caterpillars. I'm not sure what kind of caterpillars. And then another thing I noticed was that the birds eat the flowers, and I have no more flowers left. But as far as I know, them not having the flowers should not be problematic. But this is definitely, this is just so sad. Look at this. I'm not sure what is causing this. I've tried looking into it, but I haven't really found much, and I'm not really sure what's going on. So yeah, this is a potato plant. So this is the caterpillar damage on the collard greens that I was talking about earlier. You guys can see, I mean, it's just been decimated. It's so frustrating. And I've looked up online and seen that I can use like a hose to just like hose down the caterpillars and stuff. And I have been doing that, but they just seem to come back each time. So this is pretty disappointing. A lot of the leaves on, especially this big massive one, have just been like, look at this, you guys, look at this. It's nothing left. So I don't know, I'll try and harvest some and see how that goes, but it's just really disappointing that after dealing with the gophers, now I'm dealing with this. But it looks like there's some leaves that I can harvest, you know, and some of them are salvageable, but for the most part they've just been completely destroyed by all the caterpillars and whatnot. This is an example of the kind of caterpillars that are eating my collard greens. This right here is the kale, but yeah, this is what's been going on. After I finish filming, I'm going to come back in here and just hose these down and hopefully prevent them from doing any more damage. So yeah, this is one of the other issues that I'm having. Here is a general overview of the kale. It looks so much better than it did just a few weeks ago when I posted my last video. I'm so excited because in the next couple of days, maybe on the weekend or early next week, I'm going to harvest this, and I'm going to put up the video of me harvesting them, because you guys, I am so proud that I'm finally able to harvest some kale. I've been waiting on this for weeks, months actually. And I'm gonna, as I said before, I'm gonna wash off the backs and, you know, kill all the caterpillars and stuff so that I'm able to get a good harvest out of here. But I'm just so happy with how these have come back just beautifully. Okay, so this is the other issue I'm having in my tomatoes, is the hornworms, and these things are massive. I just took one out yesterday from this, almost as, I think it was this plant actually, and I almost didn't see it and I almost touched it, which would have just, no, I do not like caterpillars and worms and stuff like this. But yeah, I'm gonna take this one off too. I know the best way to get rid of them, especially if you have a smaller garden like mine, is to just take them off. But yeah, they haven't done too much damage. They've mostly just eaten the leaves off the tomato plants. Ooh, sorry about that. But they haven't really eaten any of the tomatoes themselves. And I have 1,000 tomatoes in here, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, this is really interesting that they're just now showing up, and I literally just took one off yesterday, and I was planning on using that footage because I took the footage on my phone, but look at this, another one. So this is the destruction that's been done by the worms, the hornworms or slash the caterpillars, whatever you want to call them. It's not much. I mean, it's mostly just the leaves. It's not the actual tomatoes themselves. I still have a whole lot of tomatoes. You guys can see them. They're everywhere. They're just like, there's so many. So yeah, this is pretty much the destruction from the hornworms. It's not too bad. I'm just kind of scared. I don't want to touch another one because I have a feeling there's more in here. But yeah, not too bad. And every time I see one, I just take one off. So it's not too problematic, but I think it's actually more interesting because I've never had that issue before, because I've never had the cherry tomatoes just get this big, and this year they are just, I mean, look at this, they're massive. Massive. I'm gonna have so many tomatoes, I'm not gonna know what to do with them. I wasn't expecting them to be this big. So I quickly wanted to show you guys the peppers. I have some cayenne peppers over here. This is the only one, like these two plants are the ones that I'm completely sure about that they're cayenne peppers, and I have some more up here, like this baby one over here. And then these back here, I know for sure that these are jalapenos, and I have another one over here. And then over here, I have bell pepper back here, but then I also have what I'm assuming is cayenne pepper. I'm not sure, you guys. And another one over here. Oh, that one just fell. Cool. And then I have some more bell pepper right here. And then over here, this whole situation is because these potato plants were just kind of falling over onto the peppers down here, and these pepper plants were not getting any type of sunlight whatsoever, and these haven't even started flowering yet, I'm guessing because they were not getting adequate sunlight. Now that I've moved them back, they've started to flower, and now they're producing like little pods for where they're gonna have pepper plants. And same with this one, like this one was overshadowed by the potato plants, and now that I put the posts up on each side, you can see this one has just shot up and it has so many flowers. It's flowering like crazy, so it'll catch up to these other guys. But yeah, those are the peppers. The same thing that's happening to the potatoes is happening to the carrots, with the leaves like kind of like dying off at the ends. As you guys can see, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I do know for sure that I'm starting to have carrots because I can see them. If I pull back the soil a little bit for these ones, I can also see that there's some some maturing carrots, like over here I can see some. I mean, they're not ready for harvest yet, but I know that there's definitely carrots in here, but I am not sure what's going on with the browning of the leaves. The last thing I wanted to show you before I start planting the peas is this beautiful Swiss chard. I've actually harvested this one time and I didn't record it, sadly, but I did harvest the leaves once and they are amazing. I love eating Swiss chard and sauteing it with kale, but I've been using kale from my mom's garden because she also has a garden. But yeah, these look absolutely amazing. I love Swiss chard, and I love how beautiful the colors turned out. The mix of colors between the more red leaves and the more green leaves, I think it's just so beautiful. Okay guys, this brings me to the end of the video, and I thought how fitting it would be for me to be standing next to my tomatoes just to show you guys how big they are, because I feel like without me in the frame, like, you can't tell how tall they are, but I'm 5'5", so they must be like at least like 6 feet tall. I'm so impressed and I'm so happy with how things are just turning out. In my next video, I think in my next video what I want to do is show you guys how I prepared the kale and the Swiss chard for my son. I told you guys how much he likes his greens, so I hopefully want to show you that. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, you guys.